every morning like clockwork at 6:40 a.m. The big yellow school bus would stop at the same corner in a quiet little town in Michigan. The doors would swing open, and a stream of kids would pour in, a jumble of backpacks, sleepy eyes, and half-eaten pieces of toast. Among them was 13-year-old Jake Wilson. He was a good kid, polite, a bit quiet, and he always picked the same seat, right by the window, so he could watch the world wake up. One morning, the air was so cold it bit at your cheeks. As Jake settled into his usual spot, he noticed something out of place. A grey jacket, crumpled and lonely, was lying on the back seat of the bus. He didn't think much of it at first. Someone probably just forgot it in their morning rush. They'd be back for it tomorrow. But the next day, the jacket was still there. And the day after that, it hadn't moved. Jake felt a strange pull. He reached out and touched the fabric. It was thin, worn down, and clearly very old. And as Jake watched him, a realization hit him like a punch to the gut. Ethan never wore a jacket, not even on days like this, when the temperature had plummeted well below freezing and you could see your breath hanging in the air. Jake's heart sank. It all clicked into place. During recess that day, Jake's feet seemed to move on their own. He walked over to where Ethan was standing by himself near the fence. His voice was a little shaky as he asked, "Hey, ... is that jacket yours?" The grey one on the bus. Ethan looked down at his shoes, hesitating for a long moment before giving a slow, reluctant nod. "I didn't want to ask for it back," he said, his voice so quiet it was almost a whisper. "It's my only one. My mum said we'll get another one when she gets paid, but ... double quotes, he didn't finish the sentence. He didn't have to." In that moment, without even thinking about it, Jake knew what he had to do. The next morning was even colder than the last. Jake came to school wearing his favorite winter jacket. It was a bright blue one, thick and warm, the one his dad had bought him just last year for his birthday. He loved that jacket. At lunchtime, he found Ethan in the cafeteria. He took a deep breath, unzipped his coat, and held it out. "Take it," he said simply. "I have another one at home." Ethan's eyes widened in surprise. He started to shake his head, trying to refuse. No, I can't. That's your double quotes, but Jake just smiled, a genuine, warm smile. Please, he insisted. I want you to have it. From that day on, Ethan wore the blue jacket every single morning. He walked a little taller, and a small smile seemed to be permanently fixed on his face. He even started talking to some of the other kids. A week later, the school hallways were buzzing with whispers. Someone, nobody knew who, had posted a picture online. It was a photo of Ethan beaming in his new blue jacket, with Jake standing right beside him. The caption was simple but powerful. This kid gave away his own jacket so his classmate would unbe cold, and he never told a single person about it. The post went viral. First, it spread through their small town, then all across the state. People were calling Jake a hero, a role model. But to Jake, it didn't feel heroic. It felt ... simple. It was just the right thing to do. His logic was clear. If you have more than you need, and you see someone else who has less, you share what you have. That's all there was to it. And so, on a cold winter bus ride in a small Michigan town, a quiet boy's small act of kindness sent ripples far beyond what he could have ever imagined. It was a powerful reminder that sometimes the simplest gestures can make the world feel warmer than any jacket ever could. It's a story that proves you don't need a grand plan or a big stage to make a difference. All you need is a little empathy and the courage to act on it. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more stories that warm the heart. See you next time.